But again, nice jab off the step in. And you see Bobby goes right to that Muay Thai plum clinch. You'll see right
body
hand.
shot. Go ahead.
Woo!
No. Does he still want to be in there? His
shoulder. That's it. That's it.
Done.
Looks like the shoulder might be bothering Boateng. I don't know if he fell on it wrong or if it was something that the shot put him.
Anyway, what were you saying, Van?
Hey, man. Hi, guys. Welcome to Banks versus.
No. Carry on with what you were saying before. Because I would agree. Because Shea Serrano always posts this image whenever like something like that happens, and it's from Blood In Blood Out when one of the guys is like black versus brown. That's what they want.
Yeah.
And low key, Kevin Feige was like, "I got something in the works for y'all."
All the way to the bank, man. And black and brown relations are at an all-time low.
But going forward, there's just room for growth as the ending shows, and we'll get to that a little bit later. But this is Banks versus Davis. Actually, it's Van versus Davis this week. Banks is out on assignment. We might be joined by a special guest as well, but shout out to Van. Introduce yourself, even though I think the people are well aware of who you are, given your numerous appearances on this show.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Banks versus Davis, vanridd 1017 Van on Twitter, vanridd on Twitter. Hopefully one day I get that account back. But yeah, man. One half of Black Variant, be in the building, man. Happy to be on.
Because you and X, shout out to X again, the other half of Black Variant.
Yeah,
you
to X.
Both had two accounts and then had to restart. Right? Luckily, I've never had a bad account and had to start a new one. Because I think at that point I'd be like, it's done.
Because you're like you're on your John Cena gimmick, you know what I mean? You're out here doing make-a-wishes with the kids on
me.
Yeah, you know what I mean. You're just a champ, you show up on BVD with your title belt.
Yeah, I got it right here still because I am still the champ. I was waiting, but yeah. But unfortunately, I'm not like John Cena with Kendra Lust and Mickey James and all the other women.
That's on the way though.
Angela White, hit me up. Her, as I said before, Ella Knox, Violet Myers.
That's coming in your after your Howard Stern interview. All that's coming, man.
God, again, a shout out to Manny because he brought that up after the Drake her loss interview. Well, fake interview, I should say. And again, that I think Bakes and I discussed that one time before, but that is an all timer because he was like, "What's the largest woman you've been with?" He's like, 300 pounds or so." He's like, "I like big girls. I like them." Because I'm the one who can handle them or write something like that. I was like, God damn, like I like something. Yeah, like I don't wrestle just in the ring, John. I mean, Howard, I wrestle out of the ring.
You gotta live the gimmick, man. I respect it. Shout out to Cena. Yeah, but hey, man, I'm happy to be on, man. Happy to be on.
Yeah, I mean, even though last night, and I always like to go at it with you on Twitter.
Oh yeah.
Just because, but again, you have to brag about your life and all that. I'm like, because I'm in your circle. I'm like, I ain't trying to see this shit.
Hey man, I'm here for motivational purposes.
That's what it is. Oh, I'm trying to get like Van, like
yeah, man.
Living
Van
like
did
Van.
That. Van did that, so hopefully you won't have to go through that. You know what I mean? You gotta, I live the gimmick, man.
Yeah. First, it was I think what I saw the one you had the other night was like bagging auntie, and I'm like, what is this, man? Like,
Yo, man, come through. We going to the show. We going to all the old R&B shows, and we bagging aunties, man.
I actually do want to try to make it back out there again. I thought about for my birthday in February, because then we're going to Mania in LA late March, April. But yeah, I thought about trying to go back out there for because it'll be a year since next week. It's been a year since I went to New York, New Jersey for the first time ever. So.
Nah, but you gotta come. We gotta get you out here in the summertime. It's different.
That too. I think I want to do one quick and then one in the summer because I missed the last 2 summers just due to unfortunate circumstances. But yeah, I gotta try to get. Well, the one time I had my wisdom teeth, so that wasn't gonna be able to happen.
Yeah, he wasn't gonna be able to hang. But nah, we're gonna have you uptown, hookah in your system, dark liquor in your system, various women.
Yeah. But that's the thing. So this week, there are some other things I want to talk about, but the main thing obviously is Wakanda Forever dropped this week
Matt?
after what 2 years in the works, given again the unfortunate passing of Chadwick Boseman. But really, it's been hyped since kind of early this year, since they were keeping it so under wraps with the script. And
oh man, hold on.
All right, oh wait, here he is now. Here he is.
What it do, fellas?
Time, brother.
We are joined by 1/3 of Black Announcetable, skyhigheph.
What's good, y'all?
Podrick Strong is my favorite AK from back in the day.
Oh man, I should retire that one a long time ago.
Yeah.
Van, what's good, my brother?
It's good. How you doing, King?
I'm chilling, bro.
Chilling.
Yeah, man. What it do, champ? How you feeling?
I'm doing all right. But real quick, before we recorded, I had asked Van something. I was going to ask you because I sent you the clip of Bobby Fish boxing, if that's what he wants to call it. Would you have actually put money on that if you had found odds?
I'll tell you, as a gambling man, yeah.
As a degenerate, yeah.
at least a little 20 spot. At least,
yeah. I thought he apparently won in the second round, but like still,
it was a second round win.
Yeah, I think the video said he won in the second round.
So where'd they find his opponent from? Like
Craigslist, nigga. Back page.
Because his opponent looked like some scrub. Like you look like an H&R Block employee or some shit.
Bobby Fish is the scrub
like
too.
Target security guard, man. Like
where the nigga work at Ross or some shit.
Exactly. All right, let's be honest. That man's a wrestler. They said, listen, just put these boxing gloves on. And just let Bobby beat you. Yeah, like
Bobby Fish look out of shape.
Yeah,
he always did. That was the thing. Like when he came back from that second injury,
had him eating good, man.
No, but that second injury in AEW in NXT, he came back looking like, yeah, this man is cooked. He's done.
But that's the thing. I feel like when niggas is in NXT, and I don't mean to talk about wrestling, you know what I'm saying? Niggas talk about it a lot, but like I feel like they got you in the performance center. Like, all right, bro, you gotta go hit the gym up, hit the Peloton. You feel me? Get right. But that, you know, I don't think they be going that hard over on that side.
They gotta pay for their own shit. They gotta go to Planet Fitness like the rest of us. Like,
niggas in the hallway doing push-ups, trying to get right with the fucking with the band. Like, yo,
yeah, you think Moxley on the treadmill? Nah, bro.
That nigga John Moxley be running in the desert, bro.
Yeah, well, that's like legit. Like he trains like Rocky and all that. Like that's he lives that life. I respect him for that. He'll live the gimmick, but still like.
To put on 3-star matches.
Hey, Cody Rhodes is doing that shit in the gym and putting on worse matches. So like, don't even. He got injured working in the gym. Like you can't even work a match. How are you gonna get hurt working in the gym? Like, come on.
He's saying that Cody gonna come back looking like Jinder Mahal after the juice,
and he's gonna put on even worse matches than Jinder Mahal did. Like, let's not forget, he had no classics, no hits.
Jinder Mahal came back looking like Larry the Lobster, bro.
Yeah. And then it's like, well, you look like a champion, damn it! Like,
exactly.
All right.
I can't front. That Jinder Mahal era was just a freaky ass time in wrestling.
I swear, you all were like, yeah, you know what? This ain't that bad because y'all were just starting out.
Nah,
and like,
people were lying, bro.
And that's the thing. People. This is what I'll say about MJF. That promo when he said, "Years from now, you'll actually say I was a good wrestler." He was spitting. Because that's the way Twitter works. Is you can't hold yourself accountable for things. Like he was spinning. Like the people were saying that Jinder Mahal run was good at the time are walking that shit back now. Like, man, what was he thinking? Like,
I just said it was free because like they really had Jinder Mahal beat Randy Orton. I was like,
multiple times, and then Shinsuke Nakamura multiple times. Like
all rest holds.
Bro, did he do a Punjabi prison match also?
Yeah, because they brought back the Great Khali for one night.
Oh, he came back, chopped somebody, and that was it, dude.
Here's $30,000. Go ahead.
Legit, like
exactly. It was a good moment. Like I was happy for him. Like Jinder, you won, cool, but that should have been it, bro.
Word. He's still trying to post off that shit.
Yeah,
of course. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I know what we were gonna say.
No, I was gonna be like, have you ever seen like his like diet and like his routine and shit?
Yeah, we had said that on I think the interview from Cheap Heat back then. When like they had like the SummerSlam Spectacular, that like his diet was insane that period when he was a champ at that time. All those guys like to maintain that look when they're on the road.
He was like, all I eat is rotisserie chicken.
Yeah, isn't that what that dude is doing in like Philly or something? Like,
With the stop and
Isn't
shop.
the dude eating like
a
rotisserie chicken for like 30 days or something like that? Like,
I'm like, damn, bro. I too love rotisserie chicken, but goddamn,
not that often. It's
hell nah. Every day? Hell nah, bro.
That might be my
Sauce.
least favorite type of chicken, to be honest, is rotisserie.
For real, rotisserie.
It's the most reliable. That's reliable.
Facts. You pick that shit up, chop it up.
Yeah, I bet that. Yeah.
With some shit.
And you know, black families, they'll buy it in the bag and bring it home, and that's dinner for tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Niggas come home, plop that shit on the table. Like, all right.
That shit better, but
before Eve showed up, I was getting ready to talk about how Wakanda Forever dropped this week. Van saw it, I saw it, and Eve, you saw it too, right?
Oh man, so somebody got to get lashes.
Okay, all right, real quick. So we are going to say that this is a spoiler-filled conversation.
Yeah, we talking all.
So if you haven't seen it yet, even though you'd be one of the, I guess, tens of people who haven't seen it, because this movie might make around 300 to 375.
Yeah, it's going to do
worldwide, which was expected. But yeah, if you haven't seen the movie, stop, come back, listen, all that, because we are again going to spoil the entire thing. But Eve, in the past, you have said you've not really been a fan of the MCU, because I know you have said you watched Infinity War or Endgame without knowing anything prior, right? Just like you hopped in on the last season of Game of Thrones, like what the fuck's going on here, right?
I went
just
into
to
all of that shit, bro. I didn't
just to be in the zeitgeist.
Yeah, like I'll watch some shit just to watch it. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
I'm not big into comics and the movies and shit like that. So I don't know really and truly who are these niggas. Who are these niggas? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who these niggas are. So like they be trying to break down the backstory and shit. I'm like, bro, I'm just here to see some shit blow up. I'm here to see a ill fighting scene, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I get my entertainment. Word, like you know, a little soundtrack here and there. You feel me? Some good beats, and I'm cool. I'm real easy to please, but. Hey, this movie right here, man, somebody deserves some lashes, man. Not a lot.
Okay.
A little bit.
You've had the illest review. 9:00 this morning. It was like, nah, shit trash.
Bro, I woke up on my feet like the Undertaker. I was like, yeah, let me get to it, man.
Nah, you'd be Alistair Black. No man is ever truly good.
Exactly.
Like, no man is evil. Like Eve is like, no, I'm evil today. Like I'm like. What were your issues with it? What did you dislike about it?
I like the movie. Don't get it twisted. I love the movie. The movie was great. The tribute to Chadwick and everything. I loved it. It was beautiful. But I don't. Hey, this made me seem. I'm not even gonna call them Mexican, even though they are.
Oh
Mexican.
no, we ain't going there already. No.
But that's racial.
Racial. Hey, but I was like, yo, how you letting these people, these fish people, extort you? Like, niggas just swam up in your hood, in your country, and they extorting you off the rip. You got the UN blaming you for shit. You know what I'm saying? They trying to invade you for your word. Like they trying to invade you for your vibranium and your resources. The French lady was like, "Oh, we gotta do something about y'all." But I had French niggas run down try to steal my food. I was like, "Nah, hold on." I was like, "I don't like this, man."
Is a deeper plot,
the word.
No, legit. The whole time, that whole sequence in the ocean with Lake Bell, they brought her, and there was some like undertones with the way she was talking. Like they're Wakandans. I'm like, it is dark as fuck. How do you know they're Wakandans? Like
you can't tell.
All right, Karen, settle down. Like this is. I was scared. I'm like, I don't like this. So like when he grabbed that helicopter and threw that shit in the ocean, I'm like she got what she deserved.
Yeah,
you had that shit coming. Again, the French and Richard Schiff as like the U.S. representative. Again, we're just like we need their vibranium, and then it was just like, these again. Whoever posted that, I know Vanny posted this meme about the Pocahontas. These white men are dangerous.
You know, these white men are dangerous.
That's the whole. That's the whole premise of this movie because, Namor, like he shows up in Wakanda, like man, the water here, it's amazing. The air, it is like beautiful, magnifique. It's like I need to be living here.
Word. Nigga said the water's great. You know why? Because you live in the Gulf, nigga.
Exactly.
No. You got mad oil
spills in Wakanda.
Do you remember CM Punk hitting the GTS on Chavo Guerrero into the Gulf of Mexico in ECW like 2008?
That was a hate crowd, bro.
That was.
Are we saying that CM Punk in revisionist history? You know what? Maybe he always was the villain. Like
he might have been, bro. He was
hating on people for drinking and doing drugs. You know what? This guy is the villain. Like
CM Punk 500 lashes.
Exactly.
The worst was he did show up in like as a mariachi when like Chao Guerrero was having his celebration, hit him with the guitar, like took off the disguise, like, hey, this might be again racial profile, like
Hashtag racial, man. All
Back
that 2000s
then,
wrestling shit was racial, bro. Especially toward the Spanish people, bro.
But again, Vince McMahon,
Like,
like,
loving it.
I still be seeing sometimes that JBL clip of him at the mall.
Oh, that's your favorite clip. Don't even lie.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it's my favorite clip, but it is funny
because it is.
It's like, bro, why is JBL Border Patrol? Son? Like,
you know,
JBL was out there with a flashlight talking.
You know he pitched that, bro.
Absolutely. Someone's out there with a track jacket talking about get out of here. Go back to your country. I was like, yeah,
that's basically what this movie was, kind of in a vacuum. Not to get again, like I said, like too deep with it, but like he brings her in after she volunteers to like go down as his hostage, and here he's like, it's a paradise actually. You know, it's great down here. That's thing we're worried about these people like coming down here and taking our shit because like we got a whole city and that created the sun down here. Like, can you imagine like creating the sun in the bottom of the ocean? Like
that shit is crazy.
Yeah, now when he said that, I was like, all right, man. I was like, this
yeah.
place ain't too bad.
Yeah, like I mean, you gotta wear a suit the whole time, like her, but like because people are just they have their own markets. They're playing that game that they played in the Road to El Dorado, where you gotta hit the ball into like the hoop, flip sideways with your hip.
It's your hip.
They playing
yeah.
You playing snitch underneath the water, little Harry Potter shit, Quidditch.
And he's again, they have their own sign like this. Like I'm like, all right, yeah, you know, it's a peaceful community down here. Again, he's like, I'm worried because again, these white folks.
Oh, that was good until Lupita showed up with the blick.
Well, that's the thing with she like they do the great thing of like Angela Bassett, who kills it in the movie.
She was
like
great.
After she banishes Okoye, which is again a heart like breaking scene because again Danny Guerrero kills it in this movie as well. But like when she's like, you have failed me and multiple times, she's like like she had to bring up her man's like being a traitor and like. I saw him getting
he's in a dungeon, bro.
Yeah, I respect that because she's like, I hold that grudge. I respect someone holding a grudge. Like, I forget that your man betrayed his own best friend.
Yeah,
and you stood by the fucking the usurper and Killmonger.
He went to sleep for good.
Yeah, but then
good.
And then she's like, well, I can't visit my husband because he's dead, but she can because he's alive. I was like, whoa. It almost got into like I don't want to. It was again like awkward family dinners. Like, so how was work today? Like everyone in the background had just been like, man, the intensity here is too much.
Yeah. Hey, as soon as Sherry got taken by them damn them underwater Mexicans, man, I was like,
Talicans.
Yeah, Talicans, Taliban. Look,
no. You know what?
As soon as she got.
I got the controls now.
Right.
Eva's gonna be like Talican. Tell like on the new
As soon as she got took, I was like, yeah, that's your ass. I already know.
She knew it too because like they jump in for that whole scene's amazing on the whole chase scene when they we're kind of going out of word, but like when they meet Riri Williams, Dominic Thorne kills it as well. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Ironheart the series. Van, you would know more about that like by reading the comics and all that. But
definitely.
Her in her suit like taking on the drone, and again it's all like you can't fly up there without a mask. The fuck you thinking? And like it's just like
call back to Iron Man 1.
Yeah, when it's like the altitude's, the temperature's too cold and that suit's not made for it. Yeah, I instantly thought like, oh, and you could tell like Ryan Coogler wanted to like make Iron Man for a little bit of this film.
Homage,
Which is dope by him in many ways. Banks isn't here, but he had sent me a video of Ryan Coogler talking before the movie. Like, why is his accent so crazy? I'm like, that's how we talk.
Nah, he got the craziest Cali accent I've ever heard in my life, bro.
In Northern California, like, yeah. Him and Marshawn Lynch.
I've never heard Ryan Coogler speak.
He sound like E40.
So the way we was working on this movie, so what's going on when I was like, we was filming this scene, like I was doing like, and I'm like, I've known this man without knowing this man. Like, that's how guys talk where I'm from. Like,
Yo, Eve, niggas, Cali niggas, sometimes they sound like they chewing peanut butter when they
He's like, so Eve, you usually doing a podcast show, like I'm trying to get you to do more than just a podcast. Like you got start doing this. Like it's like thinking like
right, cuz
yeah, a little bit like
exactly.
And that's kind of like in a way Michael B. Jordan was bringing to Killmonger in that first movie, along with like acting like an anime villain, which people give him a lot of shit for, but I think it's a great performance. But at the end, when T'Challa shows up and he's like, N'Jaka, he's like, sup? He's like, I'm clearly not dead. He's like, nah, all that challenge shit is over with. Like, that's some real, like, nah, we good. I won. Like, nah, that's some real, like, Oakland, Bay Area type shit. Like, nah, I ain't doing this. Nah, game over.
So I won, bro.
But to get back to that scene on the bridge, like, when they throw fucking water grenades, I'm like, I'm out. Nah, get me the fuck out of here. You are not going to drown me with a fucking water grenade. Like, I can't think of an invention so devious and, like
got hit with the extendo, kill streak on water balloon.
Like, that's worse than like the shells in Mario Kart. Like, you were gonna drown someone by like throwing a whole fucking water grenade. Like, they flipped the car, they flipped the bike. It's
shit.
Just
the worst
insane.
one was when
they got the whole fucking yeah. No,
they did to a mama. He threw the grenades,
bro. He threw like 8 of them shit.
Yeah,
you ODing, bro.
He hold this.
He was about that action though. I respect it. He's like, nah. You killed an innocent civilian of mine after I was trying to make peace.
UAV is online.
So in the climactic battle, and they just have a whole like fucking bag of them, and they just like unleash it to like tip over the ship. Again, I'm like, this. I can't think of something worse. Like,
boy,
their number one rule in real life, is to not fuck with Samoans. The number one rule in like fictional worlds, like, don't fuck with water people.
Yeah,
like anyone that can control the water, like, don't fight with them. That's because they drowned Wakanda for a little bit, and that scene was terrifying. Like, the floods just start sinking in, and people are trying to evacuate, and it's very visceral and like, damn, like, and this man can go in the water and then fly out of the fucking water.
He's OP, bro. That nigga was OP.
Speak on it. What did you think? Like, this man got all the cheat codes? Like, come on, like,
bro, this nigga got wings on his feet. He can fly through the air. He can around missiles and shit. He can swim strong. Yeah. I was like, nah, who are these niggas? I was like, yo, why?
You spent all the XP,
bro. And then when they went over there to fight them niggas in the water, the water niggas was giving them work. I was like, bro, you try. Bro, literally, they made the Wakandans fall into the water, and then they was just giving all of these niggas work, swimming, stabbing niggas. I was like, all right, bro.
First of all, they pulled up on the well. Let's talk how they pulled up on the well, bro.
Bro, these niggas have no submarines, no nothing. These niggas have humpback whales, and that's in spears. I was like, all right.
I'm going skirt with your well.
Driving it like a Denali, bro. Like,
yeah.
Crazy.
I'm like, bro, why are you driving this humpback wheel like a Tahoe?
Like an XL, man. Like,
niggas in there giving these niggas the work, bro. Backing them down. It was like 6 Wakandans left on the ship.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm like, this is some. I thought this was gonna be some whole epic battle. It's like, no, they're getting washed, literally, because the fucking sea people are just like, nah, wait. Like, when they showed up on the ship in the Atlantic Ocean again, like, first of all, they lure people in with a legit like siren song. Like, again, that's again number one. Like, you can't they're gonna fucking hypnotize you. Like, nah, like, you got people like diving in.
Off themselves.
Yeah, let me off myself at the sound of
some ambient
jumping
music,
off like Jeff Hardy off the ship.
But they do that, and then they fucking rise up in the slow motion, and he just goes and like sticks that guy against the wall with his spear. Like, they have, again, basic ass weapons, spears. And before this movie started, they played the trailer to Avatar: Way of the Water. I don't know if it showed for you guys as well. And you can kind of see the mirror images in a way, because that's why this movie was being called Black Avatar prior to its release. But in a way, like, the Na'vi are just like, you know, Victor Wembanyama's. They're like all 7'2" people. Like, you know, you take them at their knees, they're fucked. Whereas like the Talakans are at least like strong and built. Like, I got them against the Na'vi in an underwater fight. Like,
yeah, facts. My son was built like prime Dwight Howard, Tuma. My son was.
Yeah,
I'm not fighting him, man.
And him and Okoye have a great fight on the bridge where like they go at it. Yeah, and like she fends off the 3 like underlings, and then he's like, again, I'll do it myself. Then it's like a great epic battle. Like, she plants her spear, and he like brings in, she fucking like a typical wrestling move, like into the post, like her shoulder gets fucked. I'm like, oh, I've seen this match before. You gotta hit the comeback. Come on, hit the comeback. Like, and she pops it back in like Finn Balor at SummerSlam 2016. Like like, all right, let's go. And he's
Did
still
he hand
like,
her weapon back? He was like, yo,
yeah. And again, talking shit too, like, yeah, you ain't worthy to die by me, like,
where you're not worth my blade. I was like,
yeah, I don't want to say these people are savages because in a negative context, like they are savages, like
they was talking crazy.
They was ruthless. So, and Namor just as well, like, and that's the thing. Like, and Namor the whole time, I mean, again, is the villain of this film, but he's this charming guy who's like, listen, I just like to paint, you know. In a way, I think he was trying to like, you know, you and I should get married, girl. Like, you know, we could be something.
He was
like.
trying to bang low key.
Yeah. Which I know Van Famous from the comments, him and Sue Storm is a thing, correct?
Oh yeah, man. Fantastic Four is gonna be nasty, bro. It's gonna be nasty.
But with this, it was both sides because her at the end when she's watching him, it's like Chris Tucker and Rush Hour. She's like, we could have been something, but you one crazy ass bitch. Like both of them have that thing because like in a way, it's like, yeah, you know, having an arranged marriage. We watch House of the Dragon. Like you necessarily don't have to be in love to, you know, marry someone.
Exactly.
Like think of your houses, think of your kingdoms. Like yeah, like you know, she was kind of falling for him too, and he was as well. You know, like he was like, listen.
He gave her the little watch piece. He was
yeah,
like,
like
hold
this,
that down.
Again, when someone's like, "This is my mother's," I want you to have it. You got like, oh, this man's pulling out all the stops. Like, I don't just do this for everyone. That's like the equivalent you could say, like, you got to buy a girl an anklet and just like get some charms, right? You know?
Yeah, you send me a little Alex and Ani braces, maybe some lights. Here you go.
Back in the day, little Pandora,
something slight.
So like, you know, what I mean?
thought about
and then again, he's like, and he was like, he's almost mean in a way. Like on the first date, like, let me get super emotional, like in depth. Let me tell you my life story. Like, so my mother, you know,
my mother died, my people died. Like, damn.
He's like, you know, my mother was pregnant with me, and then they gave her like the purple drink, right? Like first of all, that whole scene, the shaman was that man, you could not trust the shaman. He's like, drink this or your baby will die. I legit was like, this is some fucked up shit. Like he convinces her, like, drink this or your baby will die. And this poor woman, yeah.
There you go, word.
Like, what's he gonna do? He's like, he won't do anything.
The walk to Atlantis.
She's like, what will this do to my baby? He's like, nothing. And I mean, he might get some wings on his feet, but don't worry about that. Don't worry about it.
Turn that into an animorph, bro.
Yeah, again, they wake up turning blue, and like the only way we can live is if we go into the water, like that. And that, in a way, is like this. Again, you feel bad for them. And Ryan Coogler created Killmonger in the MCU, you know, villains with a heart. We were just, you know, a few months away from Thanos and his. This man actually has a point. The Earth is overpopulated, so we gotta do something about this. I'm not saying we gotta kill folks, but you can make them vanish. I mean, they're alive. They're just not here.
Right. So where they at?
And they're basically like, they're there wherever there is, right?
That's where they are.
Because that's the whole funny part. Like when they show back up normal, it's like, oh shit, like I'm just here where I was. Like when Ant-Man gets out of the truck in Endgame, it's like so you were just there the whole time. And the beginning it was only like what seconds.
They already felt like seconds for them.
Yeah, so that's the weird part. Even though what was Happy's holding, like he grew the goatee. It's like it was my blip beard, right?
Yeah,
exactly. Far From Home. But I'm like, no way you can grow a facial now. Like that's where kind of like minuscule details like that get lost in the mix with. Yeah. But when you have to like link all these things together, and this, in a way, didn't have to. It almost kind of stands alone compared to the last few MCU projects. Even though that does do what Chadwick Boseman's passing. When the movie opens up with that right away, I'm like, oh, we're getting started.
Yo, they ain't waste no time. So they was going to ease into that.
It started heavy. No.
I thought they were going to start with like the Namor origin story, where like all that footage that we saw in the trailer, I would open up with him underwater, you know, giving birth and then rising up and becoming king, and then it would like cut to a funeral. And I didn't even get like right away in this visceral type of wonder that's following her try to put this together, and then it's like, oh, he's, you know, his heart's flatlining and all that, and then they instantly go into the epic funeral scene, and just the way they like a spaceship picks your fucking casket up and just like where does it go after that? They don't really explain that part.
Those Crossroads playing and lifted up the casket in his face, bro.
But what do you think of that?
That's from the comics, though. That's from the comics, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, in the comics they got the spaceship lifting the casket up.
Yeah, basically, because in the comics there's a whole empire in Wakanda in space.
Do you think we'll get to that at some point?
That's the third movie. That's definitely the third movie. Yeah.
Because the way this ends with like, so she kind of sons the throne, right? If And M'Baku shows up to represent her and fight for the throne. He's fighting to become the new king of Wakanda, and I think just the new king, while she is going to be Black Panther, the protector instead.
Yeah, that's what.
Is that where they were kind of hinting
at? They basically split the throne essentially.
Yeah. Because the weird part was, it's not weird because so we can get to the real spoiler part is like Michael B. Jordan shows up with this fucking cashmere robe, which I'm like, how much is
that shit was hard.
With the Jimmy Butler braid. The fake ass Joe.
Yeah, hold on. You back.
All right, for some reason it's frozen for me, but that he shows up again, this like cable knit like sweater with a hood. I'm like, what's going on? And he's just sitting there like,
that was good polo.
Word.
And that was something that had been rumored before. Van, I know you and X had probably talked about this on Black Variant with like the rumors and all the different story elements that could have been included. There was that famous like Dr. Doom might be in this movie, and obviously he's not. If you've seen it by now,
yeah.
But what do you think of them actually bringing?
The funniest thing is that whole Dr. Doom scene leaked out a year ago, bro. It was basically finished. So we seen the scene that was supposed to be there, but they just decided not to put it in for whatever reason.
Go into detail about that for people that aren't aware.
Oh, so basically in the comics, that Namor and Wakanda's beef is basically orchestrated by Dr. Doom and whatever. So like he orchestrated the whole thing. They beef. He antagonized it from the shadows. So they was gonna show him at the end of this movie, but whatever happened, they chose not to. But I thought they did a good job the rest of the movie outside of that, because it could have went one of two ways. This movie could have been very good or very bad, but they chose to make it very good.
Yeah. I think that was probably the thing too. They maybe took out because it's that thing where like this movie does so much, and I think it's really good. I'd say it's probably the second or third best of the Phase 4 films. It's not as good as the first, because that's a hard legacy to live up to, and that's top 5, top 3 MCU films.
I think it's better than the first one to me. I feel like
really?
I think the more serious tone really helps it, bro.
I think that's the thing a little bit, and because not that it's writing on the fly, it just has to do so much to factor in everything, and then also introduce Namor and Riri, and it does it well. But I think that first one works so well, and I do like this story of a man who, in a way, wants to be king but knows he isn't ready for it yet.
Yeah,
is that kind of typical well done story. And then on the flip side, a man who was wronged his whole life and is now going to take it out on the world, and those people in particular being his own family.
Isn't that the same thing for this movie though? It's the same plot essentially. Then,
in a way, yeah. That's why it works.
Yeah.
But really the whole time is Namor is trying to protect his people, while Killmonger was again trying to empower them with the whole like your weapons. That's our resource.
Glocks and tell them take back.
And that's the whole thing. Like, ain't you king? So ain't you king of all people? I'm king of Wakanda, not of all people. Like that epic scene in the throne room between them is and you can see, and that's the thing. It's the flip side of that with Shuri and Namor is him be like, you see what I have to protect here. It's so valuable to me, and I know killing this girl is the wrong thing, but I can't afford to lose this given what we've already lost. And he's like, I'm aged in years, but not in looks. Like, I've seen my mother die. I've seen people come and go. I've seen what man can do, white men in particular. I've seen what the humans on the surface are capable of. They were enslaving people and burning and doing all this. That's why when they called me the son of no love, a child of
that shit was actually fired.
And but while he's already to his people a god, again, Kukulkan, Khan, the feathered serpent god, like it's so in a way where like we're already more sympathetic to him because he is the hero. Whereas like at the end you realize like, oh, this kid had it rough by like his father dying young and his mother dying in prison, as Ryan Coogler said at the end of the movie. Like they were planning to break her out. So this kid just grew up with hate in his heart versus, and so did Namor as well. But he was doing it to protect her instead of to seek it out, like Killmonger does with the whole, again, like my body is marked with every kill I have. And
how'd you feel about the speech Killmonger gave her though? Like he was like, "Yo, man, you gotta kill these niggas, man." Like
that was. What do you think? Yes, I want you to go first. He's like, "Man, hey, turn this shit up." Like,
my nigga fire started coming up like Kane was there. I was like, "Yeah, turn this shit up, man." You need to, and that's why I like.
No.
I like what my son M'Baku was talking about. He was like, bro, he was like, why don't we just take the king and kill the nigga? I was like, that's the point. That's
a good plan. Good plan.
It was like, all right, kill on 3. 1, 2, 3, kill this nigga. Like, I like that right there.
Michael Jordan
got too much peace in her heart, man. I was like, bro, you gotta fuck that, bro. The nigga killed your mama, bro.
Killed your mama.
He tried to kill my father. Like, yeah, that's basically what it was. Like,
exactly.
And I think that's the thing that got to me a little bit. She does the heel turn right away, but it is validated. Like, Killmonger's like, look at what you've lost. Your father, your brother, now your mother. He's taken that from you. What will he take next? He took the city. Like, he'll take everything next. And like, it's the, turning to that dark side. The Emperor is whispering to you. And like, is there a way that I can save her? Like, only if I teach you. Like, that's why when she like shows up through the fucking, again, she's like Sting in 1997 through the ceiling, like, and everyone's like, oh shit, the Black Panther lives. Like,
took off the mask to reveal another mask.
Yeah. Like, it's Cherie, like, as Tony Schiavone would say, like, and then when M'Baku's like, no, I don't think this is gonna work. I don't want to go to war. And she gives like, you pussy now, like she literally is like, of all people, it's like that scene in Pineapple Express when he's like, you used to be ruthless. I seen you rip a dude's jaw off. Look at you going soft. Like that's what she says to him because like, listen, I don't want people to die. It's like all I want is people to die. They need to die. Like, and they came up with like, we're gonna dry him out. Literally, like we're gonna take the water from his body. We're gonna cook
put him
this
in an air
man.
fryer,
Like,
bro.
we're gonna cook him like a rotisserie chicken. We're gonna take him out to the furthest point where there ain't no fucking water. We're gonna fuck him up because
Did you peep the SpongeBob meme though?
Yeah, I seen you say that. I'm like, oh, I know what to expect. Even though I kind of figured that would have happened, given how his acolytes have to wear the mask when they're on the surface. Yeah. I figured at some point there would be an explanation about him being able to go only so long without water, just given his powers. Are like, and sure, he can fly and be on the surface for a long time, but what draws his power is, that H2O.
Yeah. That shit was hilarious. But as soon as he got in the spaceship, she turned the heat on. Shorty said,
"That's my dad in my apartment." As he said on beer, like when my dad shows up here, he's like, "What the fuck?"
Hell, with Project Heat.
Yeah, it's like
that nigga got woozy, bro.
Yeah, it's like 82, 83 right now. Yeah, like it was just like, wait a minute. It was again like training day. She's like, you know what that shit is? That's that heat. Literally, like I didn't know you like to get hot. Like
you like to get wet. You like to get wet.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Project Heat. I don't know if you've ever experienced Project Heat, Davis. But as soon as you step into a project apartment and that heat is booming, you instantly get a headache.
No, that's almost.
It'll be in middle of winter and people be out there with shorts and chocolates on. Bro.
No, see, that's the thing. I got the heat on, but I always either wear my black hoodie and black joggers or gray hoodie and gray joggers, no matter what, because like I keep it hot so I don't have to be cold. Is the thing. I don't like being cold. Again, I'm trying to. Maybe I am trying to become Kane, or like the fire can't hurt me. Like I am the fire. But yeah, no, Michael B. Jordan again kills it in that scene. Because then he's just like, you know it to be true. Like the whole time, your brother was like, this is some proud. Again, he was Ned Stark, an honorable man, a man of honor, and that's what got him killed. And like you want to be like me, and that was a little bit that we could understand that given the context between them and the first one, where she looks at him away, and you can tell like she maybe can see where she's coming from, but she's definitely scared of him because of how vengeful he is in his actions.
He's like driven by it.
Yeah. And that's why I wasn't. And I mean, they show at the end that Angela Bassett is in the ancestral plane. She can see and hear her then when they do the typical like can't go through with the kill. We knew they weren't going to kill Namor, obviously. But still, like they could double. She could, I think, had one on one shoulder and one on the other, and like driving both instead of just
cut an arm off or something, though, man.
Yeah, instead of just doing the heel turn, like an AEW heel turn, only then to be babyface right after.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
She whoops it. Like this man's like, I need water, and then she just goes like, and like cooks his ass with like like she has a flamethrower, and she's like, I'm gonna kill you if you don't give up, and he's like, all right, okay, like.
You got it.
Whoa, big guy, whoa.
Yeah. Take it easy, sweetheart.
She could at least cut the wings. That's what I would have done.
She kind of rips a little bit of it off because he looks at his leg and he's like, he just like, the fuck? Like,
I would have cut all the wings off his feet, bro. Like, you don't walk like the rest of us.
Yeah. Exactly. That's when that fight was getting real too because he was going, and I'm like, ew, this is getting a little, this is getting a little uncomfortable. Like,
she was getting fucked up. I'm not gonna lie to you. She was getting fucked. Then he scared her. I was like, bro. You didn't see that coming? Like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
You see him.
He's like, I'll stab a woman. I don't care. Like,
nah, the part is when she walked through the spear to get it out of her.
Yeah, well, that's what you gotta do.
Yeah, nah, that was ill. I was like, this nigga's ill.
Like she got the Killmonger hair. She showed up. She had the braids back, and then she showed like I'm mirroring him. Like this is my OG now. Not my brother. Not my dad. Not my mom. No, like
she switched up OGs. I'm crying.
Yeah. Again, it was like how Sting and Darby Allin are in the Raptors together. That's her and Killmonger. She's like, this is my inspiration. Like,
vengeance.
I do respect that aspect of story. As someone who does hold grudges and is vengeful, that is the number one really motive for people in this film. And I mean, what do you think about holding a grudge and being vengeful, even if people haven't wronged you, but especially if they've wronged you?
I'm trying to get better at that. Like, I'm one of the people. If you cross me,
let hate at your heart.
I got it in you. But now, I appreciate people that are like, you know what? I'm gonna take the high road. I'm still working on that for me, but for them niggas,
I'm still working on me. That's you. Like,
yeah, for real. Because me, I would have killed him, bro. As soon as he slapped my mom, that would have been it for him, bro.
And that's what I said this morning in the chat. I was like, bro, first off, you killed my mom with 8 water grenades, drowned out.
Yeah,
bro, I gotta spend.
Well, he could have. The real one is like, listen, she killed herself. She didn't have to save that girl. She could have got out the water. Like, hey, you could have been like, listen, all I did was set it up. She fell for it. Like,
nah, mom was a good church woman. She wasn't gonna let that girl die.
Yeah,
baby, she jumped in there.
No.
She jumped in there.
She's strong as hell. She almost got it. She almost saved
them both. I'm like, all right, Angela Bassett. Like, yeah, all right.
Hey. They didn't try hard enough to save her, bro. Nigga, I would have been beating on her chest.
That's the number one thing in like any movie to be like super dramatic. It's like, come on, like they're dead already. Come on.
I would have been like,
he's like, no.
Heimlich, nigga, I would have been dodoing everything. Y'all ain't try hard enough, niggas.
And he's just standing there, like looking at what he's done. He's like, you did this.
Oh yeah, he's standing there watching my mama die. I'm like, bro. I gotta off you, bro.
And then you threatened Gene Stinsky. It wasn't my fault.
Oh yeah, then he was like, "Yeah, I'll be back in a week." Like what?
That was like it was fucking Bug's Life. Remember at the end, like when the last leaf falls, we'll be back.
He said, in a week's time, I'll be back on my arm. You'll set shit off.
Yeah.
At that point, I would have like, I got something for your ass.
I'm coming back with blitz, bro.
Like, I'll bring the fight to you. Because I think like we detect something in the middle of the ocean. He's like, they come to my house? Like, no, they don't get the drop on me. He was pissed even more. Like, no, they're like, sir, we detect something in the ocean. It's them. He's like, no, it's
Lupita came in shooting women. You know what I mean?
That was like again her whole
she came in like Splinter Cell, bro.
Yeah, like her and Haiti living a nice life. This beautiful woman teaching kids, and we don't know till the end that she's hiding a child until the end.
Salute.
Wrong side of the island.
My boy.
But Angela Bassett shows up like it's an 80s, 90s action movie, like used to be the best. I need you. And she's like, I got out of that life. Like, but they took my daughter. Like again, like it's Commando or any action movie from the Schwarzenegger Stallone era. Like, listen, you used to be the best. I got one more mission. She's like, fine, I'll do it. And she shows up with a fucking shotgun. And she's like, listen, it won't kill her. And she's like, if I don't save her, it will. Again, so
exactly.
This was just the consequences of people's actions in this. So like Namor didn't have to pop out the water like he did when he introduced himself to be like, hey, like listen, if you don't fix this shit, I'm coming for you. Like, because he's
like, yo, y'all made the block hot. You know?
Yeah. Like, he's like, listen, this is your fault. Like, this might be my home, but you brought this shit to me. Oh.
And that's the other thing. I don't like how he introduced himself. Like they was chilling, having a peaceful moment. You know what I'm saying? Like they were trying to this nigga popped out the water. He was like, yeah, there's some shit going on. You know what I'm saying? These people is trying to, you know what I'm saying, take our shit. we got some vibranium too. So what's going to happen?
Yeah, because she's like, look, Ma, look at his neck. He got that
He
vibranium.
came up,
Like he was
iced
all
out,
decked.
flooded.
Yeah, he was like, he was
out.
like, yeah, like he was like,
yeah, the QC chain of vibranium.
This not real vibranium. This ain't that fake shit they got. Yeah.
Mom, he went the icebox, Mom. He went the icebox.
Bro, he popped out the water. He was like, yeah. He was like, so what's gonna happen is y'all gonna help me, or I'm gonna come back and kill y'all. And you can't tell me.
Don't tell nobody who I am, though.
Yeah, that was the number one thing. He was like, I wasn't here. They're like, we don't even know who you are. Like,
and when you ready for me, holler, speaking to this magic cup.
That was the best. Like, listen,
turn on this Raycon speaker and I'll show up.
Like that's his burner. Like, listen, you can only call me on this phone.
Yeah,
like it's and then, like, literally like, are you Patrick Star? Like, hello.
Exactly. SpongeBob influence is crazy.
Very crazy.
Another gripe I have with the movie is the whole Everett Ross thing. They could have took that whole shit out the movie. Bro.
As someone who enjoys Julie Louis-Dreyfus, I thought their banter was good, but he is kind of shoehorned into this movie just to be like, I owe you one multiple times. Yeah.
Yeah.
I owe the Wakanda my life. I was like, nigga, so go be a Wakandan then.
He is. That's the end of the movie. She breaks him out.
Like, go serve in the military, nigga.
He's gonna be an expat. He's seeking asylum in Wakanda. Like,
exactly.
That's fire.
Good
looks, Wakanda.
Shit, me too. Like,
he was about to have me in the feds for 25.
We'll have the Wakanda flag on like Joel Santana.
To the side.
I mean, that's basically how his wife is talking to him. I mean, his ex-wife. And I know you were with them people, them Wakandans.
Yeah,
he's like, wait a minute. He's like, they're good people. Like, hey.
Oh yeah.
He's like,
she was coming off a little racial.
Yeah, he the whole time he's like, hey, they actually are good people. Like, hey, like, you know, like,
they good people. I like them. You know what I mean? Shout out to Ross, man. That shit is too funny.
It is funny to hear Martin Freeman's American accent though, because he doesn't do it often. But like, just hear him be like so over the top. Listen, I'm an American. I talk like this. Like,
I'm an American agent.
It's like, I'm Everett Ross, and the thing that he introduced us to Riri Williams, and we get the finished version of her suit at the end. What did you think of that? That whole like her.
That was the worst CGI of the movie. Her suit.
I actually thought it held up compared to the CGI problems that the MCU has had as of late.
I feel like the rest of the movie was solid CGI wise, but that scene,
all the stuff in Talakana is amazing.
Yeah, but that shit.
It's just too dark. But again, it's the bottom of the ocean. It has to be dark. Exactly. They have a sun, but it ain't like, you know, going all over the place.
Yeah,
it ain't rotating. It stays right where it is.
That's a light bulb, man.
That was a Five Below lamp, nigga. Yeah. That's what that was. You know what I mean? But her suit kind of looked like Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Like, I didn't like how that shit looked. That shit looked bad, bro.
It kind of is like Magna Defender Power Ranger-esque, just like how bulky it is. It seems like they could actually have like someone in the suit just like
exactly. Like somebody said like Cole Lyoko on Cartoon Network, nigga, and I've been laughing ever since.
Again, she goes after him. She's like, I can go higher now because I got this fucking full working suit. And chases him down because him being, again, like you said, like it's unfair. He can just dive in the water, wreck shit, fly out of the ocean, wreck fucking planes, ships, all of it.
OP,
like,
bro.
Yeah, I mean,
that nigga. What's my son name? Namor
Namor Garciaparra.
Namor Garciaparra is the name of the episode. Let me write that down.
That nigga was OP. I was like,
he's gonna do like 50 fucking like stabs with his batting gloves before he like with his spear. Like, hang on, wait a minute,
bro.
He'd be the greatest shortstop ever.
Dog was spinning damn helicopters around his head like Seth Rollins. I was like, nah, bro. You doing too damn much, man.
That whole scene, as I said earlier, with when Lake Bell tries to get away, and it's just pitch black, and it kind of does that horror movie villain thing where like they're flying away in the helicopter and like something grabs it and we don't see what's grabbed until it's thrown into the ocean, and just that silhouette as the scene fades away. And again,
that was tough. That was actually tough. Yeah.
Because even though this movie does take place in the ocean, they don't do too many like. Maybe that's the thing he wanted to avoid, like Jaws callbacks. Yeah, they're not that necessarily has to be like the none of it. Like, you know, like you can play with the element of the surprise in the ocean because. Again, how can you not see these people? That's what works so well. Like they stare at the water and heads start to pop up in the middle of the night when it's just like a pitch black. And that's where like they can like the Talikans like, don't fuck with these people. And then they form the soup, like they form basically Namor and Shuri were gonna be the Helmsley McMahon thing. They were gonna run the world, I hate my father, and we can run this shit. Like we can be something. They were gonna be the authority. Like, listen, our alliance will end everything. You have this. I have the sea. You have the surface.
And that's with Namor.
I know that's the whole thing I've been trying to say is Namor.
Namor is banking on. He's like, yo, they're gonna need us. Eventually.
I did love that scene because you can tell like his people might want to do like an uprising. And I thought that was gonna go some way in the movie. I'm like, he actually won't be the villain, right? Like one of his people will be like, you are hurting us all by like being open-minded to her. He
just cast out kind of.
Yeah. And then he ends up joining. I thought it was gonna kind of maybe that would have been too cliched. But I thought I was heading that direction. But I just like he's so open-hearted from the beginning. It works out at the end where he's like, listen, we will need them and they will need us. They will protect us from up there and we will protect them from down here. And when he's painting the mural of the Panther fighting Cuckoo, kind of like it's again a great callback to him painting as he introduces himself to her. And like he's just this guy just like to paint. I'm just he's basically like he's like the ultimate bachelor to a woman like this. And I have a whole kingdom. I'm an artist in my free time. Like
that's what
500 years old.
That's what I'm saying.
that is you are right. Like she is like 21 or 22, and he's like, listen, I am. What they were at 1600s
moving like Diddy and Carisha. He moving like Diddy. But nah, all that's gonna come back into play with Sue Storm comes into it because he's gonna show her that and she's gonna choose on him.
Hey, girl, hey.
Look, I have all this. Your husband's broke. You know what I mean?
All your man can do is stretch. Sure, he's smart, but listen, I got a whole kingdom under here.
Exactly.
Like,
come on.
We'll be seeing
I built the sun.
Yeah.
What kind of son? What kind of son for you, girl? I mean,
I want to know what she do with his mama's bracelet. She threw that shit away.
Nah, she kept that shit. Remember?
Yeah,
in the lab.
It's the power source for them to create the plant. I mean, the herb.
Right.
Even though they kept saying herb, I'm like, it's herb. Like
the herb, it's weed. They gotta roll it up.
It's herb.
That's the real ancestral playing.
Where you gotta remember, our descendants is you feel me, from Africa and the Caribbean.
Nah, there's a good joke by Eddie, a comedian, who's like, we call it herb because there's a fucking H in it. Like
that too.
Yeah, what is something you did like about the movie? You out there, you were like, hey, what was your main problem and your main the thing you liked the most from it?
My main problem was just I just think these Wakandans is just too damn peaceful. Y'all be trying to keep peace too damn much, bro. Like sometimes you gotta set shit off to look.
You sounded like Booker T talking about Big E. Like you gotta be tough. You can't be out here.
Look, as a person, because you talked about like vengeance and you know what I'm saying, and retribution and shit like that. Look, sometimes you got to give somebody a little pow to let them know, yo, stop playing with me. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I'm not bothering you. I'm over here in my land chilling. Don't come over here and play with me. You know what I'm saying? So I just thought they was way too damn peaceful and you know, trying to do all that. But what I did like was the fact that, you know, even though these niggas did come through and wreck your town and shit like that, and they did have you up against the ropes, you know what I'm saying? You showed love. The fight scenes was ill.
Yeah, when M'Baku was like, I'll take this. What's he say? The fish man, right? As he's like paddling the boat.
He was like fish man.
And he's like, he jumps out the air like Shane McMahon with a flying chair shot. He just goes, and that breaks that shit.
Where he comes like under the ribs.
And then he's like the slowest punch ever. He's just like, and sends his ass flying. He's like, broke his vest. Like I can't breathe. Like I'm bleeding from my ribs. Like, like that whole scene too. Like it was great because shot again M'Baku. Maybe that's why he's like, listen. We can't take this dude on with his whole army. We gotta try to take him on just him because you know he's already enough as it is. Like
you gotta 1v1 him.
Yeah.
But nah, man. I thought the fight scenes was dope. The story was ill too. Like I said before, I like that they paid homage to Chadwick. You feel me with the scenes and all that. I did like that they killed Angela Bell. I was like, bro, why she gotta die too?
It definitely could have kept her alive, dude.
Word. Yeah, I was like, come on.
See, that's why I said earlier, man. I think what my issue was with not necessarily being messy, but it doing so much because it has to deal with so much already, and the stuff at the end, the mid credit scene, obviously, which is him having a son. I don't want to say I didn't expect that to happen, but like it kind of makes sense too. It just obviously he won't be the Black Panther anytime soon, or who knows if he ever will be, given the MCU's time frame and everything they planned for. But I think it was also a nice homage more than anything.
Right.
Yeah. Shout out to my Haitian son. You know.
Toussaint.
Shout out to my son
Toussaint. Uh-huh.
They pick like the most adorable kid because he shows up. He's like, "Hello," and I'm like, "Oh, like this kid like melts your heart in." So he's like, "My name is Toussaint," and he's like, "But I am actually Prince T'Challa." Like, and I'm like,
"He got work. He got work."
Yeah.
My Haitian name.
Yeah, my slave name is this, but my real name is.
I was like,
I'm gonna break kayfabe and let you know I'm actually the prince.
That was a wink to the camera, like, I know.
I thought he was gonna be like, my name is Gene. I was like,
oh, come on.
My name is Jean Paul. My name is Wyclef.
My name is
My name is Wyclef. I'm crying.
It's kind of outrageous to be like, my name is Pierre Garçon. You know, I played for their Colts for a couple of years. Like,
Jason Pierre-Paul's guy.
My name is JPP.
Yeah. Oh man,
no,
so funny.
But what the Midnight Angels, right? Man, what'd you think of that?
That was cool, man. That's straight out of the comics. But instead of Okoye, it was what's the other one, bald one? The one
I forget
that was in
one's name. War. Yeah. The one who they kind of hinted at might have had something with Bucky, but then like she's with Michaela Cole in the movie. Yeah. Unless she's playing both teams, which
yeah, exactly. But nah, that was cool. That's straight out of the comics, man. I like how they blended a lot of different comic book stories into one thing, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah, and like I thought the suit was just gonna be like high power. I didn't expect it to be like a whole Iron Man suit as well.
Yeah, it's like an Iron Man suit essentially.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's the point of it being the Angels. But when I had read about it, because when these days, really since Endgame, I'm at a try. I think I've said this to you next before. Anything in the MCU, I don't try to read it up as much as I used to get prepped. I want to kind of be more surprised, given how there's so many more questions of what do they do after Infinity War saga.
Right.
So stuff like this, I want to be surprised. I would just see Midnight Angels, but I would not click on the link further to read up on it. I was like, oh, like they're just going to be like maybe like the Black Ops version of the homage. Like these are the ones you really send in to get shit done. Like, you know, they're the gray men of their world. But
clear out the block.
Michaela Cole, I thought she'd be in this movie a little bit more, given how her star has risen in Hollywood the last couple of years. But maybe that's something they can tease.
I think they used her a perfect amount. I was still surprised to see her in the movie, man. I thought she was gonna be one in and out. I thought she was gonna be one scene and that's it. But
yeah, that's that scene when they fight them off.
Yeah, I thought that was gonna be it for her. But
yeah, and I seen because Riri Williams will go on to be in Ironheart.
And Armor Wars.
Yeah, Armor Wars too. That's why I remember that there. I'm like, oh yeah, they turned that from a show into a movie. And next up we have Quantumania for the MCU.
Quantumania, brother. And
that trailer played before. I'm excited for that. That's only a few months away. But I don't know what really this set up, like you said, except Wakanda in space, like what they have up there. That's going to be the third movie. Extra element.
That shit about to be fire.
Yeah. That storyline is crazy.
As I say, I think Ryan Coogler probably would come back to finish this as a trilogy, given how he came back to be part of this one. And maybe do like his version of Star Wars, like how he was doing his version of like a Waterworld type story.
I think he's gonna get another a major movie though too. Like I think he's gonna
the whole Secret Wars, right? Because
one of the Secret Wars movies, if not that, then another major team up. I feel like he's gonna get shit. I wouldn't be mad at him. Give him fucking X-Men. You know what I mean? Comes down to
that's because I think he told the story of like the first Comic-Con he went to was when X-Men was announced, or like the teaser debuted or something like that. I remember a few years ago, so like he was like in the very back of Hall H when X-Men was, you know, the thing at the time. I mean, he's because Namor is a mutant as he says himself. He says like I'm a mutant, and I'm just like whoa, like all right.
I got pointy ears. I got wings.
That is the thing. Yeah, he's like,
my mama drunk lean.
So I've been fighting my whole life. Like
exactly. Yeah, shit. Nah, man, that shit was good, man. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot, man.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed the movie, man.
So, Van, would you have it in your top 10 then?
Of MCU?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's definitely top 10 MCU movie. You know?
Okay.
Definitely the best since like Infinity War. I'll tell you that much.
Okay, now we're just starting to argue for argument's sake. I mean, again, the disrespect people have for No Way Home and Multiverse. Listen, Multiverse of Madness is great. All right, I don't know what y'all problem.
To the third act of that movie, and that would be perfect. Everything else.
I like all the stuff of him saving the woman on the bridge and having to go and recruit the Snitches. I like it.
It's cool. Shout out to Zendaya. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, it's cool.
Okay. And the Multiverse of Madness, I feel, doesn't get the praise it should. That movie is great as well. I think everyone got mad with the cameos and all that, and how
they oversold it. That's why.
But I didn't expect that anyway. I was like, I just want to watch this movie, and I was shocked at how much of a horror movie they tried to do within the realm of the MCU. Like the jump scares are good, and that whole like scene where like she crawls through and like it is like holy shit.
I think people like that movie because it's not an MCU movie for real, if we being honest. Like,
no, it is. It is.
Format doesn't have that format of a typical MCU movie.
I mean, that's a debate for another time for an end of the year type discussion, but
yeah,
we'll see. But this, like, it's either second or third in terms of the movies because of how it goes. Like, it just filled with so much sorrow and remorse. Like you said, like they're having this good moment, Eve, when they're sitting by the fire and talking about loss. And that's the ultimate part about this movie is loss and how you can handle loss, whether you choose to move on or you live in it for a period of time. In a way, Shuri is trying to forget while everyone's trying to remember.
Yeah.
And I think, again, since Ryan Coogler made Creed, he's so well at that because that's the story of a man who didn't know his father and is trying to find the only link he can to him by becoming a boxer. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. And that's why that movie's so great. Anything else you have to add, Van?
No, I think that's it. I can't wait till whatever they do for Black Panther 3. But
who would the main villains be if they're in space? Like, who would they fight?
Killmonger.
Really? So he comes back?
Yeah. So you know the Venom symbiote? They take his body.
Oh shit!
Killmonger. That
leads into like the real like multiverse aspect of bringing a Killmonger from another Earth, definitely. Probably.
Yep. Exactly.
I know you had might have retweeted something where it's like Aldous Hodge is T'Challa.
It'd be a perfect T'Challa if they
when I saw you retweet, I'm like, you know what, that actually is because he looks close enough, and I think we'll be able to capture that type of presence as well because he's an underrated actor.
Yeah.
Even though I haven't seen Black Adam for a number of reasons why, but him as Hawkman did look interesting. That
he was good. He was great as Hawkman. That's what made me convinced. Like, oh yeah, he can do this if he really wanted to be Black Panther. Yeah.
Well, you said you ain't seen Black Adam.
I ain't gonna. That man's not gonna get my $7. Nah.
You gotta give it up, brother. You gotta let that hate go, brother.
Oh, we just talked about vengeance and hate. I'm holding that forever. Like what else will consume me?
Hey, you gotta throw that shit into the fire, like sure.
No,
you gotta let that shit go.
Take off your Versace silk shirt and throw it in the fire. Man.
Nah. I'm living that gimmick for life. It's not a gimmick. This is real fucking life. Like,
this is shoot for me, brother.
Yeah, like I said, I see him in LA. I'm running up on him. What's he gonna do? Not a damn thing.
Bro, you gonna get rock bottomed into the earth, bro.
He's gonna terror quad the second he moves to react. Like, come on.
Your feet gonna leave the ground, bro. It's gonna be crazy.
Your shoes gonna leave your feet. You keep playing.
Yeah, my boy Dwayne, man. You think the Rock got shooters?
No.
He might have some goons, some Samoan goons. You know what I mean? Might be tapped in.
Come on.
Crips might have his back.
Nah, I don't think so.
Right.
Samoan Crips is I'm cool with some Crip niggas, man, but Samoan.
Oh, wait a minute.
Samoan Crips are a real thing, though.
Samoan Crips are a real thing. But them niggas, I seen them niggas fight, bro. I don't want no smoke. I'm good.
I'm not fighting 100 Usos, cuz
that's the thing. Like the Usos versus the Talikans. I'd like to see the Bloodline versus the Talikans. Like,
oh shit,
Namor versus Robit.
Yeah, like he's the
War
equivalent.
War Games is booking, man.
For real, book it. Like again, even Dwayne could come in and assist. And I mean, Do they get Shuri as an honorary one, like how the Usos have Sami Zayn as an honorary?
Exactly, honorary what?
Hey, she spent some time down here. She liked it. She enjoyed it.
Yeah, she enjoyed it. You know,
when she was in that suit, she's like, I can. Again, she's like, listen, let her go. I'll stay. She was like, I like it down here. It's cool.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I'm like,
too bad.
That's like I was legit. Like, if this was a full-fledged romance, I wouldn't be against it compared to like how they shoehorned Kylo Ren and Rey at the end of Rise of Skywalker to be like the whole time they were actually into each other. I'm like,
that was the most forced shit in movies.
Yeah, like, they only really alluded to that for like a second in Rise, in Return of the Jedi. But I'm like, was it either the last two? Yeah, those last two Star Wars movies were dog shit.
Terrible. Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, just let them be together. Even when she's beating his ass, I'm like, is it going to be a thing at them? We're like, but I still love you type of thing. But like I said, like they're on the ship at the end, and he's he says what he says, and then she's like Wakanda Forever. And there is again like an alliance, like I said, it's formed. Like they're holding the women's title and the men's title together. Like we are running shit. Don't worry, it's all good.
Yeah.
Like Eve said after they had
like a bunch of trips tying they flag together.
He's on their unity shit.
That's how the show started when man said like black and brown unity was at an all-time low at the beginning, but isn't at an all-time high now?
Yeah.
Is this what will bring them together to rise up against?
I don't know, man. A lot of blood was drawn. It'll take some time. We got to meet with Farrakhan before we have to take a meeting.
It's the word.
Again, I'm just Everett Ross. Like, hey, I'm on your side. I'm not with the rest of the surface world. As that.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna call myself one of the good ones, but I'm just saying, like, I ain't with. I see all the wrong they're doing, and I ain't for it.
Exactly.
Everett Ross.
That was a good line. A colonizer in chains. I thought I'd never see the day. Like that was a good callback as well. There's some good jokes in this movie. All the stuff with Riri Williams, where like she picks up the speaker, like, look how they raise the children here in America. Like, and then she's like, go ahead, throw your heater, see what happens. Like,
even M'Baku, like to me,
he always
comedic relief. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because it was points in the movie where like it was like, damn, this shit is real serious right now. Like, I need a little ha ha he word. And then he'll come through and say some shit. Thank God. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why the stuff when he's says like he's trying to say, and then like legit saying Fishman as someone is just hilarious. Like as you're about to run up on him, like that's a Jamie Foxx bitch.
He called Shorty a bald-headed demon. I was like,
yeah, that was it.
Yeah, who wrote that one? That's funny. That was funny as a
real African wrote that.
A real one.
And that's the thing too. What makes him more so good is like because the MCU villains are either too funny, and that's what like again what I always held against Ultron is like he was cracking jokes too much to be like this evil android that is going to enslave the human race. I'm like. Because I know in the comics he's supposed to be much more sinister than that from what I was reading before. And that's, again, Killmonger would have these moments of bravado and cockiness, with the, that's not my name, princess. Like, his version of, like, being comedy was much more sinister and more, like, he's not really the bad guy until he kills the queen. And even when he's like, listen, like, when he has that, like, speech, like, oh, I can take you to Talakan, but your bones will break from the pressure of the water and they will smash you. But we have suits. Like he's a little bit comedic like that. He's not funny the whole time. But he's like, even showing up on the surface with his whole like, the air isn't toxic. And they like, a whole new world type shit. Like, my mother had told me of things.
But they got
such a land
in his face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Zell. But yeah, because even that's why I think what made Multiverse Madness so well was that Wanda being a hero and then becoming the villain, she was again about it too. Like I'm going to get these kids back, and everyone's like, "They're not real, you dumb bitch! Like listen to us." Like
Sims ass kids.
Compared to like even though Christian Bale was again excellent in Thor: Love and Thunder, the only thing that was good about Love and Thunder was Christian Bale. But like the rest of that movie did not match what he was bringing. Like that movie needed to be more serious, like this movie was, because them just being like, we're having a good laugh and all that. I was like, nah. While this man is legit like terrifying children and like ensnaring people in a shadow planet. But I'm excited, to like I said, for Ironheart going forward. And and in Black Panther 3, whatever it will be, if it's Wakanda in space, and if Michael B. Jordan comes back, if they got him to come back for this, and nothing else really pops off for him.
Yeah, I mean, Creed will be done essentially at that point, and then what other franchises is he attached to? That's it, right?
That's thing. He was trying to get that Tom Clancy Rainbow Six thing off the ground, but that might be on pause.
That movie was actually good. The one on
Amazon.
Without Remorse, yeah, it was alright. Yeah,
he's whooping ass.
And that's the only good thing about it was like the actions. And again, like I had said at the time, like that movie's the most realistic movie ever. Because if I'm with Lauren London and you kill Lauren London, I will burn everything to the ground. Like he says, like, I'm going to find everyone who's responsible for this. Like he sets a man on fire in a car, like opens the fucking car door. Like it's like you don't give a fuck. Like
crazy.
Like so the Kree, because Secret Invasion is coming up too, and like that Skrull and Kree. Again, that's more like galactic, and then because we still got to get.
It's more scaled down though, because in the comic.
Yeah, I know that one. That's the war. That's the war on the ground. Like I'm saying, like we'll get further into that, and then Guardians is always up in the galaxy as well. But and there's the whole point. Like you said, the Fantastic Four, because now they have a director in Matt Shankman.
Yeah, I think the only reason Doom wasn't in this movie because I don't think they have casted for it yet. So
yeah, which makes sense, but I mean, they probably would have done like what they hinted with Man of Steel when like he attacks the Wayne satellite, even though they probably didn't know. But the funny thing was, it was Christian Bale's Wayne Enterprises logo, and Ben Affleck's had a completely different logo. That was I think them doing a little homage until halfway through. Warner Bros. Like, you know, what if we actually did try to do Batman and Superman in a movie?
Make it happen. Was that Brother Banks?
Nope.
Get him out of here! Get him out of here!
I got to hit y'all with the Uso. Open the door. Open the door. No, I want to come through real quick. Y'all talked about Lupita yet?
Let's speak on it.
Get out of here, man.
No, let's
this corn man.
Speak on it, Banks.
I know it's Sunday, but listen, I told people years ago. You feel me? They didn't see the vision. I know the prospects. I know the legends. I synced it. Now she diesel like Lesnar behind there. I told y'all.
Hey, I seen that one scene before she got in the water. The whole theater was like, God damn.
Yeah. I know our guy Big Team felt the same. Has been feeling the same way since seeing it, right? Like, God damn. Like,
man, fuck Tim.
Oh man. Oh, cry.
No, yeah, she's just a beautiful woman in general. Like when they cut to her, like who is your teacher, and that shows like, and the way like the light hits her face, and like, God, whoa, you are a beautiful woman. Like
you see how the white man be complimenting women. You're gorgeous. You're very.
That's how you get. Okay, all right.
That's their bag.
Has anyone ever told you you're the most beautiful woman in the world?
Yeah, that's the white.
You know what? Never mind.
Like, you about to snitch on yourself.
Yeah, I might have said that in a way last night to someone. Yeah.
Oh,
I ain't like Van being like, these women here are woo. Like, I need me some of them. Like,
I was hold on. I'm gonna just type it in the private chat.
By the way, Van, I got you too.
All love.
I got all the medicines.
Oh, okay. What the? Come on. No. Are we gonna speak on it, Banks? What kind of medicine are you talking about?
You got the purple drink, like what's the name?
Come on, Banks.
I know nothing. I know nothing.
It's only a dog.
Come on, Eve. Come on.
Yes.
You're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen.
I will say.
It's a Netflix show about that.
Yeah.
No, well, there's every network or streaming service has a show about guys like that.
Hey, Negroes, go ahead, Davis.
No, I will say like the white guy being creepy but attractive to women is like, am I in that range? Like women are like, yeah, he might be a little strange, but he's not bad looking. Like
they gotta feel you out before they. You know what I'm saying?
I there was a woman I was with before, Major Payne. She thought I had that vibe on the first date of like something might go wrong. I'm like, and after I'm like, but why? Like I'm like, I'm that guy. Like
you've seen so many documentaries.
But as they should. But have any of y'all seen Barbarian?
No, we don't want to see white history.
Barbarian
is crazy.
Wait, that's the movie with Shorty that goes to the Airbnb in Detroit?
Yeah, good woman.
I thought you were about to say that's the Sarah Logan documentary.
No.
Tomato.
But Van, like the whole point of that movie is like, and like this woman's smart enough to be like, I shouldn't trust this guy, but you know he's creepy, but he is handsome. You know what? Like because when she looks at the picture of his license on her phone, I'm like, you really starting to feel for this guy after the whole time he's got that look where like it's intensely handsome but creepy. Like I don't know, like
she almost cooked herself.
And at the end, never mind. But like, I don't want to spoil it. Like, it's on HBO Max, the official.
Yeah, you should watch it.
Brother, we're not watching that. At least me and Eve, we're not watching that shit.
You should.
Go ahead and tell me right now, so save me some time. Bro.
No, watch it. I'm saying watch it. I recommend that you should watch Barbarian.
Davis, we watch sports, all right?
Hey, look, when I watch shit, I do like fake reviews. Not even fake reviews. Like I watched fucking The Watcher on Netflix, and I was pissed off after. I was like, bro, are you kidding me?
Were you watching that by yourself?
Nah, of course not. You know
that's what I'm saying. So watch it with your
like. That's
watch Barbarian with your girl.
My girl was like, "Oh, let's watch this," and that's how I end up watching like just obscure shit. You know what I'm saying?
Most things, I'm sure.
Nah, I see. This is
like, let's watch The Watcher. So I watched The Watcher, and then I finished it, and I'm like, bro, are you shitting me?
This is probably why the women I've been with have left me, because I'm like, I'm making us watch this shit because I know you're gonna pick some shit. I'm like, this is trash, as Eve would say. Like, I'm like,
yo, this a safe space, yo. We're watching some bullshit, man.
Yeah. But the worst part is like, I'll do the nice thing right. I'm like, so what do you want to watch? She's like, I don't know. Then I'm like,
well, Davis,
I'll put on something then, and then after they'll be like, that wasn't good. I'm like, you mean to tell me you didn't think that was good? I'll just like do like like.
But you probably going to shit like, look at the cinematography.
I do. No, that was the whole point. That was the whole point of me and Cal doing movies, film, cinema. I talked about like the movies I would take women to go see, and then they'd be like, "That was all right," and I would just be like,
"You know what you are?
You don't know cinema."
Yeah, I would be like, and the whole time they're like, "Oh, that's what's his name?" And I'm like, "Yeah, from this and that." They're like, "How do you know that?" And I'm like, because I do.
You know what Davis is equivalent to, and it's like all white people. It's like how I listen to Scare the Hose music, like Rome Streets and all that.
Oh, I definitely know. That's what I told. No,
like,
I said this to Cal. Like, Cal, I scare the hose of movies. I'm like, literally, I've had to be the stereotypical white guy. Like, girl, you've never seen a Tarantino film? All right, let me fire up Kill Bill. Yeah, like you need to know. Like,
she gonna learn a new word too.
She don't want to watch that shit. She want to watch Real Housewives.
Oh, yeah. Nah, you gotta have like your movies that's like for you.
I try to find the
photography, then you gotta have like a tier under that where it's like
just for her. Yeah.
No, I try to do that, and then it's still either way. That's like, if we're doing a safe space, yeah. But like man said, like sometimes they'll pick. Oh, like, you want to watch this? And I'm just like,
well, y'all gotta understand too. They don't have common sense.
All right, Kevin Samuels.
Playing the dangerous game, brother.
Word.
Playing the dangerous.
I got him out of here because now we're gonna lose every female fan that we have, which is
that is Mike.
But see, that's the thing. Like when you're with someone and you have to watch this, like, so like I introduced. Well, I mean, she was kind of aware, but like I took the Major Payne to go see Black Panther, and like she was only somewhat familiar with the MCU, and then we watched most of them going forward to get ready for Endgame and all that.
Anyway,
the following. Well, no, like so after Black Panther, she was like hyped for Infinity War, and I had because this before podcast scene, I could go see movies on the Thursday night. But I can't anymore since I do BRP every Thursday. It's I saw Infinity War the Thursday night, and then when she's like, "We're gonna see Infinity War this weekend," right? I'm like, "Yep." And I already knew like she was so hyped because we'd already seen Black Panther I think 3 times by then. I had seen it 3
without her.
Yeah, because she had lived an hour away from me. I'm like, I'm not gonna wait to see it the first time.
Yeah, that's a sin in dating, bro. You can't.
No, no. Don't blame me. No, elaborate on this. This is a good topic.
Yo,
you
man.
Just wait.
Why? No, because what made it work so well is like when Infinity War ends the way it does. She looked at me and I'm like I knew what was coming. Like,
hey man,
and she was just like.
I kind of do understand him going to see it by himself alone first, because sometimes you want that peace. You know what I'm saying?
You want to enjoy it?
Yeah. It's like, yo, let me go breeze out. Let me go chill out. Feel me? Get a small popcorn and a Coke and have, you feel me? Just watch the movie and relax.
See, I feel you, but I'm saying once you bring that back home with that information, she ain't gonna be.
I don't spoil it though. Is the thing.
She gonna be like, "Oh, you went without me." Oh,
no, I'm like again, like I said, she would live an hour away. We would really see each other on the weekends. So I'm like, listen, I'm going to see this tonight, and then we can see it this weekend. Like, I ain't got nothing to do on a Thursday night anyway. Like, so maybe we'll see this, and then like when I didn't say anything of what was going to happen, and she had like bought a T'Challa keychain at this point. It's like when he gets blipped, she legit was like, and I'm like, I knew it was coming, but I didn't want to see anything. I'm like,
so you went Piggly Wiggly, nigga?
Don't worry about nothing.
Freaking Taco Bell.
Oh, I'm about to say.
I see you drinking that damn Baja Blast.
That Baja Blast.
Don't tell nobody.
But it's not even like you said, like to get away. It's just like I see movies by myself. I saw Wakanda Forever by myself. I'll go to the movies by myself. And I know someone a while back had tweeted like, "That's what psychopaths do." And I'm like, well, guess what? Sign me up. Or like, I'm them. Like,
hey, I want to go watch. What's the movie with Viola Davis? That's out right now. No, my Koopy was on Super Saiyan 3 last night. I went to watch that and Wakanda Forever for the second time.
You was tapped in.
No. Here's this man doing the politician shit. Like, see, look at me. I
am African American.
This man's trying to win back the good faith he lost a while back.
5,000 lashes.
No, everybody know I'm a coon. That go without saying.
How can you say these things?
Word. This y'all show.
I was gonna say because it's our show. That's why. If this was Black Variant or Wiretap, he's like, well, actually, what's going on is very interesting to hear because
no, it's way worse than Wiretap. I don't know.
It's the same thing. Like my dad on here, feel like
Wiretap might be the most wildest podcast I've ever done, bro.
That is true. Like when I did Wiretap, yeah,
Wiretap is crazy.
Look, hey, we got to get Zell on. Next week.
We don't. No, we don't. No.
Nah, Zell, come through, bro. Yeah, if y'all want to get some good material next week, and the mindset I am these days, boy, we might all get canceled.
Hey, man, so be it.
Hey, did y'all see that trailer? Never mind. I gotta tell y'all all.
No, say it.
That one movie they doing about that nasty man. Did y'all see the trailers to that?
What, R. Kelly?
Nah, because never mind. The Weinstein jabroni.
Oh, the movie She Said, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that woman ugly as hell.
All right.
I didn't know they was really doing that. That's crazy.
Woo!
Yeah, no, he's out of here. Yeah, he's out of here. He ain't coming back. That's why I should be the producer more often.
I'm about to turn my lights off. Like
we would have been sponsored by now if I was.
What's
the producer.
T.I. video when he turned off the lights? A little gif. Turn off all the lights. Shut it down. Y'all boys are hilarious, man.
No, were there any trailers that you can remember that you guys liked? Because Babylon played before I saw it.
Pick a Jonathan Majors movie, honestly. He had like 4 different trailers.
Yeah.
That's what me and Big said a while back when the Creed 3 trailer came. I was like, he'll be on a run for the next year. I mean, he's already been on a run with the Five Bloods and Lovecraft Country and then Loki. But that movie's bad for Glenn Powell, who was Hangman in Top Gun Maverick, because it's like he's doing another aviation movie. It's like you got a bad agent, you got to fire your agent. Like,
yeah,
like you could be a megastar instead you're doing a movie within the same genre. But Kevin Costner famously did two baseball movies back to back with Bull Durham and Field of Dreams. But yeah,
those are classics though.
I've never seen Field of Dreams. That's how not white I am.
Yeah, anti-white?
Yeah. How long have you known me?
Are you anti-white, brother? I'm fine.
I've never seen Field of Dreams.
Have you, Eve?
Hell no.
If you had, I was like, look at these crackers.
Hell no.
That's not in my realm of movie. You know,
two grown white men here with 850 credit scores. Meanwhile, I ain't never seen Field of Dreams.
Life is funny like that.
All right. I'm gonna let Banks back in before we wrap it up. What do you got to say, Banks?
Oh no, I've seen Field of Dreams.
Get him out.
We've already established you are a white man.
Well, it's your fault, but yeah, 2 generations ago, probably so. Yeah.
No, don't. No, I said my ancestors are from China and Ireland. You're not doing that to me.
You ain't gonna pull that card on me. I seen Gangs.
I just did.
I seen Field of Dreams. I seen a lot of Kevin Costner movies.
Because he's from Compton.
Oh, he's from Linwood. That's 2 different things. What's up?
You from Compton? You should know.
This nigga just saying what's up to random nigga.
All right. We're gonna wrap it up. Thanks.
Banks is in Taco Bell. Turn your camera around. Let me see where you at.
They got that movie with old girl that can't work no more. And Seth Rogen. What's that movie called, Davis?
Oh, Knocked Up.
Knocked Up.
Captain Heigl.
Yeah, that bitch can't work no more.
All right, cut his mic.
She has a Netflix show, but they canceled it.
Yeah, no, because she hard to work with. That's why.
Yeah, like you.
Off air, type shit. But you know what I mean. I ain't got no hair, and I don't eat mayonnaise out the jar.
Where you get that Tyler the Creator hoodie from? that golf lane green.
I was about to start rapping like him in 2010. Remember how he was rapping in 2010? All right.
See, how can people let that shit? See, that's what you can't trust people on Twitter because they let all that shit slide and like this man's an artist and it
gimmick. He 180 the gimmick.
But isn't he still that guy? Like
he became what he hated.
Look,
but wasn't he what he hated from the start? Like
a lot of Chi Man music on Igor.
What I'm saying, wasn't he doing the I'm saying this because I am one and now he's owning it? Like
I am one might be the title episode.
No.
Hey, Zell, don't come on this show. Don't come on this show because now Big Zell and Rock be talking. Ain't no more podcast.
Yo, Davis, get us out of here, man.
I was trying to until you was like, no, we gotta see where this man's at. I'm like, this man is gonna. I'm like, it's gonna go downhill after that. I know it is.
Home, brother.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll get us up out of here.
All right, Eve, thanks for stopping by. As always, we appreciate you having on the show. Where can people find you on social media and podcasts?
Nah, I'm sorry. This nigga Banks just got
doing. Is he a baseball manager doing like the?
Still third,
right?
Hey, might be in danger. Go ahead, Eve.
Black Announce Table every Friday on your social media choice, fucking your streaming service of choice, Spotify, Apple, Amazon, YouTube. You know where to find us. skyhigheph on Instagram and Twitter. I appreciate you guys, man.
Van, thank you for stopping by. Like I said, as always, you've been on this show numerous times this year, much to my chagrin.
I'm telling you,
because I think you're a piece of shit, and I don't want you on the show.
2000.
We ain't doing it. We ain't fucking.
We gonna set it up. We gonna set it up.
Doing that, bro.
Yeah, that's why I'm. You piece of shit. We are not doing it, Van.
Shout out to Vince Russo.
You will never see this piece of shit here again as long as I'm on this show.
See you niggas in 2 weeks. Yo, 617 Van on Twitter, Black Variant on Twitter. Yeah, man, straight like that.
Yeah, shout to X, shout to Cody, shout to Chris Ann, KP.
Thanks.
KP.
Don't shout out KP.
Yeah, he did the logos, you asshole.
I don't care.
How you gonna no sell KP, man? Come on.
Right. You gonna take his shit back?
He should.
Because
he gonna be older Banks versus Davis.
Look, because Eve already know what's up. But last Monday he hit me. He was like, "What did he say to me?" He was like, "So, can you be in town? You know what I mean, on the 26th?"
Right, why does he sound like how you said I was trying to sound?
Yeah, why you make him sound like JBL?
I'm sorry, KP sound like Manny, so I'm sure.
Because here's what makes me sound like, well, guys, I'm happy to be here. And then he did the like, hey, guys, what's up? I'm happy to be. I'm like, I do not talk like The Rock trying to impersonate John Cena. I'm about to spit something stupid. I don't talk like that. Like, no.
I'll cry.
Anyway, carry on, Biggs.
Oh, that's it. I'm about to finish this Mexican piece, and yes, that's what it is, Sean.
With a Baja Blast. Just admit you got the Baja Blast.
Yeah, you had talking about
it's a safe space.
I'm about to put that in my arm, bro.
Oh,
that's the new dog food.
They gonna big mama.
Is that really what they were drinking before they found a Talican? Was the Baja Blast?
That's what they were
drink this.
It's the Boosie Kool-Aid. It's the Boosie Kool-Aid, bro.
If you had a soda in like the 1500s, you might have killed niggas. You might have owned some shit.
Oh my god.
Just
imagine like the player haters went back to stop slavery. Imagine going back in time to give people soda and shit like that.
One nigga coke kill a whole village, bro.
Try this. It's moonshine.
Like a pilgrim farmer, like here. And they drink it like
nigga do the Reggie Miller.
You can find me on Twitter at Davis, aka Drip, Instagram daviscoltondc. The pod's Twitter is at the BBD Pod. We are live, as always, every Sunday on YouTube. Thanks versus Davis on Patreon. We've been lacking, but we'll get back on that in a few weeks.
No, we haven't.
I have, but you haven't.
No, you haven't either. Hey, man, listen. We're going to put some shit out. It's a bunch.
So what I was saying is that you can...
Hold on.
You can find the pod, like Banks said, on streaming services. Spreaker audio is available as well. What else, Banks?
Oh,
say that to my face.
Oh, I'm sorry, Cracker. No, you.
No. Say what you typed in the chat to my face. Come on.
Oh, Jolly Turkey. That's what you is.
Just
no offense.
Type Jive Turkey.
No, but no, in all seriousness, no, we running it up on the Patreon. Me and David got something we working out, which is how this podcast initially got started. So that'll probably be out sometime this week. Otherwise than that, patreon.com/blackvariant, patreon.com/wiretap. I'm sorry, patreon.com/blackannouncetable.
That's where you can find Wiretap.
Yeah, that's where you can find Wiretap. As Dan knows, we working on something for, you know what I mean, the Black Variant Patreon. So, yeah, you know, we getting the logistics out for that. But otherwise than that, hey, DRP, shouts out to the family. Shouts out to the family of Black and Unstable Black Variant.
Yeah, I've been meaning to get the majority of y'all on for a white noise at some point. I just got to come up with ideas instead of Sue Eve X fan. Yeah, it'll happen when it happens. Again, I'm here forever, I guess, as Bank says. I can't leave.
Thanks. You in the game, brother.
I tried leaving this.
Oh, they got you in the 360, brother.
I'm about to say, we on the Leor Coin deal with this one.
But thank y'all, all y'all in the chat, in the comments. We appreciate it. All you following us on Twitter and all the patrons. We'll see y'all next week.
Hey, follow us on TikTok, man. Twitter about to be out here soon.
I got TikTok too. Oh my God, not on Tumblr.
I'm going back to Tumblr. They got titties.
Tumblr back? Wait, they do now?
Yeah.
Yep. They even said it like last week. They was like, yeah, they still on there.
I thought they had banned them.
Nah, they brought
them back.
They were you know what?
Market.
Look, everybody coming black.
David said, I'm coming home.
No, I started Tumblr when it was basically dead, and I didn't know it was dead. But now it's like, no, it's my time to shine. Like,
You know it. Everybody coming back. MySpace, Black Planet. Everybody said, "Fuck Mark Zuckerberg."
Yep.
And Elon Musk. Everybody.
I ain't never going back to Facebook. Yeah, no. Or Meta, or no offense, someone I know, but yeah.
Some of the funniest shit in history is on Facebook.
But we'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Peace. All right, y'all.